Hey guys, it's R here. Good morning to you. Hope all is well. Trust you're having a good day. It is Freaky Friday, September 26th, 2025. This is the daily frame with 1 minute to go before the open here on New York. Daily frame, very nice looking chart here, guys. Orderly pullback in this bull market, tagging the 21 EMA on the S&P and the Dow. Not quite on the NASDAQ, but pretty close. And now we have an inside day and an inside day and an inside day with marginal bullish bodies here. Positive reaction on news this morning at 8:30 and pushing up into this clean traffic range here, pulling back down again and selling down a little bit here on the 30-minute time frame. Very similar here on the S&P. I'm just going to raise my zone marker up to those two equal body tops, delete that clean traffic arrow, a little bit null and void at this point, but pulling back into the middle of the span of travel of yesterday. Asia, Europe, New York. Asia, Europe, New York is just open. There's the 1 minute open range, guys. We're looking at approximately 53 points on the NASDAQ for the open range, fairly significant, and 6 points on the S&P. Nothing for me to do here out of the gates, of course. Be watching here, guys. This is my 1 minute chart. There's the Asian open range. There's the London open range. There's the New York open range, straddling both. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? I won't be doing anything here, guys. EMAs are negatively configured, 9 below 21. I do like that we've had this nice orderly pullback on the daily chart. Could be getting set up for a renewed rally in this ongoing bull market, guys. Dropping down to the 30-second chart here for a moment. Deleted the other open ranges to keep my chart nice and clean. Going to be very patient here inside of that wick, guys. Nothing to do here, guys. We're going to be very patient. Freaky Friday. I'm going to let this go if necessary. And faltering a little bit here, guys, on the NASDAQ. If I was going to consider longs here, guys, I would like to see a pullback and a retest of VWAP in the open range here on the S&P as well as the NASDAQ, and some good orderly price action. But without that, on Freaky Friday, I won't be doing much here. Back inside of the trading range here. So my dynamic open range now, guys, would include that little blip down there and these two peaks, that little micro double top, which really does coincide with that little pre-market piece right there. Nothing for me to do. Back to the 1 minute chart. Trading view is super slow loading up. I don't know if you can see that there. That's after restarting my computer this morning, so I don't think it's that. We have a broadening pattern here on the NASDAQ, guys, which is a messy pattern. And feeling like we're losing a bit of steam here on the S&P. Really want to see this pull all the way back to VWAP and or open range to give me some strength or confidence in a resumption move here. And without that, guys, I'm not touching this. And back inside the open range, guys. I'll just include that little blip right there. This wick seems problematic here, guys. Won't be doing anything inside of that wick. So I really could expand my dynamic open range to include that, but I've already spoken about it. So a resting day here, guys, would be perfectly normal and expected. And resting days are no trade days for me unless the market shows evidence that there's some strength somewhere. And we're not seeing that here between these two. Even with this kind of weak push up here on the S&P, guys, not touching anything in here or inside of here. Because of that wick. That's the wick that I showed you on the other chart. Inverse V reversal in the pre-market. And just when you thought it couldn't get sloppier, it gets sloppier. All right, guys, it's 9:52. There is news at 10 a.m., and that is red folder news, high impact. That's in 7 minutes now. And it's Michigan consumer sentiment for September. I'll just be waiting for that, and also not touching anything here inside of that wick. I can just keep adjusting this dynamic open range to include all of this mess. And while we're waiting here, guys, when it comes to wicks like this, especially when they're just 2 candles back to the left, I care about what the composition of those wicks are. For example, that wick is actually a pretty chunky inverted V. See that there? With many candles, orderly push up and then orderly sell down. It's not just one spike. If I drop down here to the 1 minute chart and that whole wick was one little body and a big wick, it wouldn't mean much to me because that was just a blip in time. But this was an orderly buying up and then an orderly rejection, orderly selling down, all inside of that 30-minute wick. This is a 1 minute chart. 30 candles worked really hard to produce that wick, to build that wick, if you will. And that's why it matters more than some other wicks that you might see me trade right through like they're nothing. Because sometimes they're actually like they're nothing. News in 15 seconds. Really messy here now, guys. A little bit of a reaction here on the news, guys. But not much. I'm going to let this play out for a bit. Hopefully we get that cleaner price action and some kind of a pullback or structure here to play with above that wick right there. Well, finally getting a pullback that I wanted earlier, but a little too late and a little too high here. So now my dynamic open range, of course, includes that. In fact, I'm just going to include that wick now, guys, there. Right back here. And back inside the 1 minute open range as well. If we get down below, I may watch things a little closer. But this is feeling like a typical Friday to me so far. And pushing down here, guys. And back inside the open range on S&P as well. We have this extended leg down from way above the open range to just below the open range, losing steam here at this support zone. But then we have clean traffic down below. It's actually fairly clean through here, and then again below this rejection area from yesterday. But I would want to see some structure put in place here before even remotely considering a short. I'm going to delete this dynamic open range, guys, now that you've seen where it was. I'm just going to run downstairs, guys, to get some batteries for my keyboard. Pretty sure they're running out. All right, guys, I'm back and pushing down here a little bit. Not touching this yet. Although it's tempting. Sell stop order, guys. Sell stop order right now. Stop above all of this grind right there. I think this thing is ready to drop. And I'm in, guys. I am in. Just triggered that little hair. Short the NASDAQ, guys. Now it's the waiting game. I'm not overly concerned about this zone here, guys. This is a wick fill opportunity on the daily. This is an inside day that continues the pullback on the daily chart. We have a wide-ranging engulfing candle here, guys. Big candle. This is a fairly extended move here. but we've had this nice consolidation here right inside and outside of the open range, and then finally resolving down lower. That's after the 10 a.m. news, of course, which was right here, a little blip up, and then selling down consistently from there. Selling down, impulsing, shift of sentiment. Chop and grind, chop and grind, chop and grind, tug of war, resolving bearish. The daily flows into the 30, which flows into the 1 minute chart. For those who don't know, I call this the tide and the waves and the ripples. Think of an ocean analogy. The tide being the strongest force, the waves being the next strongest, the ripples being the weakest. Really the last piece of the puzzle here, guys. Here we go. And target 1 has been hit, guys, and so the 1 hour all or nothing trader has left the game with full profits, and the 2 hour move stop to break even at 1 hour has moved their stop to break even. Now let's see what happens to these other traders. Just a reminder, guys, this is a wick fill trade from the most powerful chart on the grid, which is the daily chart, and then driving into clean traffic here. All right, guys, we're back, and I just realized that I've had you on pause while I've had this long discussion with you about how we're pulling back here after hitting the 1 hour and the 1.5 hour just barely, and now pulling back all the way to my original entry, and now about to get stopped out, I think, on the final model, which is the 2 hour all or nothing model. But we shall see. I had this long discussion about the importance of weighing zones here, and the fact that this is a trade that is very much driven by the daily chart here, guys, a wick fill opportunity, which overpowers the 30-minute. Not sure how much of that you heard, how much you didn't. But when I went downstairs to get batteries, I somehow messed up what I was doing on my OBS software, which I also updated this morning. And so the interface has changed just a little bit as well. Anyway, hopefully you caught the most important parts. Fairly straightforward trade, and it looks like we're not going to get all the way down here to the 2 hour all or nothing. It's been quite a technology morning for me too. After I did my London video for my private group, I lost all audio on my PC and had to reinstall some drivers. So it's been quite a morning, a series of technical mishaps. Here we go, guys, pulling all the way back now. And that's it, guys. That'll be it for Friday. Here's the results snapshot, guys. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.